Today I'm going to be going through and talking about each table tennis player from within the top 20 of the women's game. At the world number 1 is Sun Ying-sha. Sun Ying-sha's career is currently building to make her one of the most dominant players ever. She's been the world number 1 for almost 4 years, and in that time, nobody has even come close. Sun Ying-sha has collected so many titles over the past few years, it's hard to even put her achievements into words. Most notably, she's won 2 world championships and 3 World Cup titles in a row. She also has 2 Olympic silver medals after losing to Chen Meng in the finals twice. Just about every part of Sun Ying-sha's game is amongst the best in the world of every category. One thing about Sun Ying-sha is she will always bring the absolute best out of her opponents. Despite her 2 Olympic losses in the finals, she's still looking to compete in 2028, and it's hard to see who can even begin to challenge her. At the world number 2 is Wang Manyu. Wang Manyu is probably the only person in the world who can consistently beat Sun Ying-sha. Even still, Manyu only has a 10-21 record against Sun Ying-sha. Wang Manyu is probably one of the best world number 2s the sport has ever seen, with a career that stacks up against some of the best players in history. With a World Championships title, several Grand Smash and Champions titles, and back-to-back wins at the WTT Finals, Wang Manyu is always a serious contender. Over the past year, Wang Manyu has built up wins that make it almost impossible for anyone else to dismantle her as the world number 2. At the world number 3 is Miwa Harimoto. Miwa Harimoto is the current leader of the Japanese national team and the younger sister of the men's world number 3, Tomokazu Harimoto. Miwa has been a great player for quite a while, entering the world top 10 when she was just 15 years old. Since then, she's beaten just about every top player in the world. Recently, she won against the young Chinese player Kuai Man to secure her first Champions title. She also recently beat Wang Manyu for the first time, breaking her 0-11 record. Just last week, she beat the former world number 1 Zhu Yuling and has been building serious momentum. These recent wins have really cemented her as the top young player in the game. A big part of why she's had so much success is her consistency. Miwa is a player who almost never loses against anyone outside of the top 10, which gives her constant opportunities to challenge the best in the world. At the world number 4 is Zhu Yuling. Zhu Yuling was the former world number 1 for Team China, but she's had an incredible journey to get back into the top 5. In 2020, Zhu Yuling would begin her over 4-year-long hiatus from the sport, withdrawing because of serious medical issues that she needed to address. During her time in this hiatus, she became an associate professor and started teaching at a university. In 2024, though, she returned to the sport and proved that she's still one of the most skilled players in the world. Picking up 2 major WTT titles over the past couple of years, Zhu Yuling has really showed that she is a top 5 player again. Since her return, she consistently makes deep runs and has proved she can challenge everyone in the sport. At the world number 5 is Shen Jingtong. Shen Jingtong has been an important part for the Chinese national team for many years now. Even though she hasn't secured as many titles as some of her teammates, she's one of the best at making deep runs in tournaments. She really showed how good she can play when she beat Sun Ying-sha in the finals of Champions Yokohama last year. Even though Shen Jingtong sometimes has trouble taking down Chinese players, she's done a great job of taking down everyone else. Over the past few months, her performances have looked a little bit subpar, so she's looking to re-establish herself as one of the best players in the world. At the world number 6 is Chen Yi. Chen Yi is the highest ranked of a couple up-and-coming stars from China. Her performance at the United States Smash last year really showed what she's capable of. She beat her national rival Kuai Man and Sun Ying-sha to get to the finals of the event. Even though she eventually lost to Zhu Yuling, it was still an incredibly impressive run. With Chen Yi looking to climb the world rankings even more, she's still trying to find a certain level of consistency to take her to the absolute top. At the world number 7 is Kuai Man. Kuai Man is another young Chinese player who's in a very similar position to Chen Yi. She entered the top 10 just last year, and since then she's picked up major wins against almost every player in the sport. That includes 2 genuinely dominant wins against Wang Manyu and Sun Ying-sha. Her aggressive playstyle and insane shot making give her the ability to completely control matches. With her incredibly high level of play, she's also looking to climb the world rankings, but she's also looking to find that consistency. Her and Chen Yi are sort of in the similar position, and there's a lot of discussion on who will be the first player to break into the impenetrable wall that is the world top 2. At the world number 8 is Wang Yidi. Wang Yidi is another senior member member of the Chinese national team who's also been very important. Wang Yidi is another incredibly solid player, and her powerful playstyle makes it hard for almost anybody in the sport to challenge her. Although she slipped a bit in the world rankings recently, she still performs at a very high level and is capable of taking down anyone. At the world number 9 is Sabina Winter. Sabina Winter has really made a name for herself since she changed her playstyle in late 2024. She has an incredibly unique playstyle, using an anti-spin rubber to create strange and uncomfortable shots. Her career has seen incredible success since this change, especially recently when she medaled at the World Cup. At the world number 10 is Satsuki Odo. Satsuki Odo is maybe one of the fastest rising stars in the sport, becoming a serious threat this year. In Champions Chongqing alone, she had a dominant 3-0 win against Wang Manyu and an insane comeback against Chen Yi. Although she wasn't able to play in a couple major events, she's been dominating in WTT contenders all year. Her insanely powerful playstyle has been incredibly lethal to almost every player in the sport. Really, the only person who's been able to consistently beat her this year is Miwa Harimoto. With a lot of major tournaments coming up, Satsuki Odo is prepared to make a lot of deep runs in the next couple of months. At the world number 11 is Shin Yubin. Shin Yubin is the highest ranked Korean player, and she's already put up impressive results, making it to the bronze medal match of the Olympics in 2024. After the Olympics in 2025, Shin Yubin had sort of a rough year. She had trouble beating top players and sort of fell short of the expectations that people had built up for her. This year though, Shin Yubin has been back in form and is finally able to challenge the top players in the world. She beat Ju Yuling and medaled in the World Cup, making her the first Korean woman to ever medal in the event. Not only that, but she's put up great fights even in the matches where she's lost. With the growth she's had this year, Shin Yubin will be really looking to climb the world rankings, securing her spot in the top 10. At the world number 12 is Hina Hayata. Hina Hayata has served an important purpose for Team Japan, being the leader before Miwa Harimoto's rise. After breakout star Mima Ito stopped seeing great results, Hina Hayata was able to step up and keep Japan competitive in every team event. Individually, she even won a bronze medal in the last Olympics, even playing through a wrist injury for the latter half of the event. Even though younger Japanese players have stepped up to try to take over her role, Hayata has still seen good results and plays at an incredibly high level. At the world number 13 is Honoka Hashimoto. Honoka Hashimoto is probably the best defender in the world, implementing her chopping style at the highest level. She has an incredibly creative and high IQ playstyle, making playing against her always a mental battle. Her playstyle blends rapid attacking and relentless defense, which wears down the best players in the world. Although Japanese players usually tend to peak earlier than most, Hashimoto has been putting up incredible results throughout her entire career. Seemingly, she's only getting better with age, pushing the absolute best in the world to their limits. At the world number 14 is Xu Shunyao. Xu Shunyao is a relatively younger Chinese player who's had a bit of a breakthrough over the past couple of years. Over the past few years, she's picked up major wins against several of the players in the top 10. Although she isn't able to play in every tournament, when she does, she always puts in a great effort. She can sometimes put up inconsistent results, but she is capable of going on great runs. At the world number 15 is Miyu Nagasaki. Miyu Nagasaki is an all-around kind of player, making her effective against pretty much every playstyle. She had a very strong and impressive junior career, but when tournaments halted in 2020, her momentum sort of slowed down. Although she's not necessarily a top threat in the sport, she plays so solidly that she can be a threat to anybody. At the world number 16 is Mima Ito. Mima Ito built her career on being one of the only players in the world who was really challenging Team China. Her unbelievable power made every player in the world struggle against her. She had reached the world number 2 at just 19 years old and had medaled in the Olympics in 2021. In recent years though, players have sort of adjusted to her playstyle and she's become less of a major threat. She still plays at a high level though and is capable of taking wins against great players. At the world number 17 is Ju Chun-hee. Ju Chun-hee is a former Chinese player who naturalized to South Korea a few years ago. Although she probably plays her best in doubles, she still puts up good fights in singles events. Even if Ju Chun-hee hasn't always seen the best results, she does always put up a great fight. At the world number 18 is Adriana Diaz. Adriana Diaz is the top player from the Americas, and her creative playstyle makes her a challenge for everybody in the sport. She's had an insane run at the Pan American Championships, winning 7 singles gold medals since 2017. She plays with a lot of flair, but it's always in service of a really good point. Even though she's not particularly highly ranked, she's able to take down pretty much anyone in the sport. At the world number 19 is Han Ying. Han Ying is another one of the best defensive players in the world. She's been been playing for over 15 years and continues to play now at the highest level. She even recently came back from an incredibly serious Achilles injury at 41 years old. Earlier this year, she picked up a win against Wang Monyu and really proved that she is competing against every player. At the world number 20 is Hana Goda. Hana Goda is another one of the most promising young stars in the sport. In her matches against them, she pushed former world number 1 Shan Meng and Sun Yingsha to the absolute brink. Despite her performances against these historical players, she's had a little bit of trouble picking up consistency against everyone else. Still though, she's been breaking record after record for African players and has been making important progress in every tournament she plays. And that is every player in the women's top 20. I hope this video was helpful and it helped you learn a little bit more about every player. But yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you.